Now, speaking of something interesting, George Behizi said someone just hacked a voting machine within seconds live on PBD's podcast. I want to show you this clip. It's rather remarkable. And it is something that you should share with friends and family. It is long, about 5 minutes, but it's sure as hell worth the time to watch it. So don't go anywhere, because this is how susceptible these things are to being hacked. Watch.
This is a win vote machine. And for the reasons that we don't want to put a logo, this voting system technology company name is just a fake name, because I have been using this particular machine in filming number of training videos, some of those for the government, just to show vulnerabilities like USB vulnerability, which we are going to be using. This machine actually had many vulnerabilities, and at the time when this was still in use, this was called the worst voting machine used in the United States. The worst voting machine used in the United States.
And where was this used, Harry?
That was used in Maryland. It was in Virginia. I don't have the complete list what all places it was used, but it was fairly widely used. So what we are going to be exploiting here is a USB vulnerability. The USB vulnerability is amazingly good to identify because it's easy to mitigate. Mm-hmm. You just stopped access to the USB port. I have plugged here a extension cable, just that we can see that the actual USB port is behind there and it's accessible by the voter. I'm using here a commercially available USB computer called Bash Bunny. It can be many other devices. This is just an example. This particular device is $120. You can buy it from online. And I have pre-programmed it, and if this would be a real attack, the attack will take 6-7 seconds. I have slowed it down and make it visible so that the audience can see what is happening. So when I'm plugging it in, this is the Schrodinger's USB stick, is always wrong way. So the computer starts, and once it's started, it's doing its magic. The moment you see that the screen is changing, that is when the hack would have been already done and I would be unplugging it. But I'm just showing this number of things. So now it would have been done. It's showing you the program manager. It's showing you now the command prompt. And this is where all the votes live. So I'm just showing that the directory where all the votes would be. At this point of time, this stick has already complete control over the system. So at this time, anything can be done, anything can be changed. And as the last thing, I'm just showing a fake results, just to show that can be done. It's just to show that how the system is controlled. So this is a good example of a hack. And as I said, only reason why anything is seen on the screen and why it's this slow is because I artificially slowed it down and made it visible so that the audience can see that there's a control over the voting machine. This particular machine has many other vulnerabilities, way worse than this one. So that's why it's very good that this machine is no longer in use in the US. And this is also showing how demonstrating the vulnerabilities work, because that causes changes. And for example, removal of this machine from being used in the US.
So now, what is it doing right now, Harry?
Nothing. It's already, the whole hack was done. But if this would have been an election, I could have gone to the database and, for example, changed the votes. That's one possibility.
How much of it could you have changed?
Anything.
You could have gone from 51 to 73.
Add a new candidate who was not even on the ballot. It doesn't matter. Because if you have total control over the system,
right,
you can do anything you want. As I say, one example was that we add a new candidate and make that candidate to win. It would be obvious if
the president of DEF CON is the one who won, George Washington. That's the one you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. So is this like to the average hacker? Is this machine a joke on how easy it is?
It is a joke.
And how many years ago was it used?
I think this was last time used in 2012.
God, 12 years ago.
And also, just an example, that when this was brought first time to DEF CON, we had a professor from Denmark. And in less than half an hour, he hacked into this machine wirelessly. He didn't even touch the machine. He took complete control over this machine wirelessly, because this voting machine happens to have a wireless Wi-Fi access.
So, okay, so is it fair for one to speculate and question that any of the electronic voting machines we've used previously, possibility that could have been hacked, possibility that the winners were flipped because somebody got into it?
So again, the fundamental problem with this voting machine is it doesn't have a paper ballot. So if somebody hacked this kind of machine and would have manipulated it, there is no evidence. That's why we need paper ballots, and especially we need hand-marked paper ballots, because if the results are called into question, now you can go and hand count those ballots and verify that the outcome of the election is right.
So you can just watch a 5-minute video where somebody hacks the machines, and we're told that everything is secure and safe, that there's nothing to be worried about. You're just an insane conspiracy theorist. Well, I'm tired of being correct. People like myself are preparing for the worst. Hedge fund managers and billionaires are saying, make sure you invest in gold and silver. So we went ahead and partnered with an amazing company called Goldco, which can help you to transfer your IRA, your savings, your 401k directly into real gold and silver. Now, gold and silver has been tested by millions, billions of people technically over the history of time, but now people are realizing that they need to figure out what to do. Now, how do you start investing? Well, when you go to the link right there on the screen, vnngold.com, you can get a free gold and silver investment kit. And that's amazing because it informs you on everything you need to know. But you go, what if I actually want to start today? I know about gold and silver. Or you just get excited. Guess what? They're giving a 10% instant match on silver in qualified purchases when you go to vnngold.com today. So don't wait until it's too late. Make sure you stock up on real gold and silver and precious metals with the #1 gold and metal and silver metal company in America with 500 5-star reviews or more and plenty of high-star ratings in the Better Business Bureau. This company is absolutely perfect, and they're going to help you like they've helped me and many others. Check it out today at vnngold.com.